This is Kayye. We're here at the Almo E4 show in Chicago, and I've got John Wills from Tripp-Lite. John and I have been traveling a little bit together, so I know a little bit about his products. We were together earlier this month at an event. John, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks, Gary.
And we've seen each other at these Almo events for the last couple of years, and if I were building racks, I would only use their power management systems for one reason only, and that is they are focused on what the AV industry is doing right now. They're completely focused on the commercial AV industry. One of the cool things I think you guys have done recently is you have even just simple power strip, basically. I know that you would think it's more than a simple power strip, but power distribution, sorry, power strip. The fancy commercial version of a power strip is power distribution. The reason why there's little LEDs on each one of these is because it is network controllable, and you can network via an IP. You can control each individual outlet independently, right?
That is correct. You can do sequencing, grouping, scheduled, or on demand.
So you can power sequence, so we have to turn on different products at different time intervals, like for example an amplifier, and you don't want all your amps to turn on at the same time. You can power sequence them. But also, you are also adding sort of a neat little feature to these, I understand, that's going to allow you to sort of monitor more information from each of the outlets?
Yeah, exactly. And right now, this device will monitor your entire load on the entire device. We're now going to be shipped in 3 weeks, the ability to actually take a look at the load per receptacle.
So you'll be able to see the load that each product is drawing.
Exactly.
So then you could give them an energy readout of some type to tell them how much money that particular product's costing them each year.
Correct. Load balancing, maybe understanding what your energy savings will be by turning off certain outlets at night on a scheduled basis. Those are examples.
So what is the difference between power management and power conditioning? Like what do you define as power management versus power conditioning?
Power line conditioning or power conditioning that you brought it up to is more about your surge suppression and how you're going to clean up any type of EMI or RFI interference that's being introduced into the line. That's how we see conditioning. You're conditioning the power that's going through the device and being delivered. Management is then how are you going to control that power in terms of the receptacle loads, either again on a schedule or on demand basis.
Okay, so management is more the control of IP, and conditioning is more fixing the power problems that might existing in the facility.
And it's also the back end in terms of the diagnostics. Is you need to understand what is going on with the power as it comes in on any certain point of the day. At night, are you having certain anomalies that are happening from the utility? These are all part of the diagnostics in your management scheme.
All right. So tell us a little bit about more of this stuff. I mean, obviously, I knew, but maybe others don't know that you also make digital signage distribution amp products and things like that as well. I mean, you have DVI distribution amp here. You have an HDMI.
VGA with audio. This is a rack mount based idea here. We have a complete line of extender and balun products in order to get, HDMI, for instance, over Cat5 and delivered to multiple devices. We have a whole array of products now that we've had in the market for a while.
So what Tripp-Lite is best known for outside of AV is all the IT stuff that you guys do. I mean, you guys do enormous amount of patch panels, everything from patch panels to actually network devices, routers and switches and all sorts of things like that. Is all that available through Almo? I mean, like, can you as a dealer buy everything through Almo that Tripp-Lite does?
Absolutely. Almo has complete availability of the entire Tripp-Lite product line.
Well, that's good to know, because networked AV is big, and right now, I mean, for you to go get set up as a dealer to buy Cisco network routers and patch panels and things like that, that's going to be difficult to do. But you have it where you can buy directly from Tripp-Lite through Almo, so that you don't have to become a Cisco dealer and go through that complication.
Exactly, and there's so much that's now going on the network and being tied by the network. I'll give you an example here. If you take a look at this cooling system right here, you can now put this cooling system on the network. This is a 12,000 BTU, no water tank, air conditioning, supplemental cooling that you can actually put on the network, control, and get diagnostics from. So this is a great example of even cooling that's getting out on the network.
Yeah, so this is designed to cool rack rooms that don't have built-in cooling, or cool closets that have AV equipment in them, and can also be used during setup when you're sending the AV guys out to do the integration of the product and the building isn't even air conditioned yet.
Great. And in fact, when I go to the Infocom show in June, I'll probably have it turned on in that hot environment while I'm trying to set up the booth.
With a giant plastic bag over your booth or something like that to try to keep. So I know where I'm going to be heading to make sure that I'm staying cool. So the big question everybody wants to know, though, is everything's going wireless. When is power going to be completely wireless?
I don't know. Maybe you can give me your crystal ball on that one.
That would be scary because I would hate to walk through the wire, the invisible wire that's carrying the power from here to there. I just don't want to walk through that. So how would they do that? I mean, like how does it? I mean, the only thing I've seen wireless is they have these like pads that you set your phone and that kind of stuff in. It charges through what? Through like just electromagnetic interference or what?
I guess, I really don't know.
So we're not going to see a wireless power rack anytime soon?
Not at the wattage and the VA levels we're talking about.
All right, so to get more information, you go to Tripp-Lite.com. That's Triplite.com. Did I get that right?
Yes, and we're actually going to have a new website that's going to be launching soon, which will be Tripp-Lite.com/AV.
/AV. So that site will focus on all the products that are specific to the AV market, because Tripp-Lite does make thousands of IT-only products.
Well, we have over 2,500 SKUs, so you can imagine.
Yeah. So, all right, it's Gary Kayye. We're at the Alamo AV Show, E4 AV Tour here in Chicago. Keep watching. We got more videos, or pay attention because we'll be in San Francisco just next month.